Hello everyone, welcome to the today's lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about classification of anemia, and this is the part 2. In part 1, we already discussed classification of anemia on the basis of morphology. Now in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about classification of anemia on the basis of its mechanism, means how it is induced. On that mechanism, we can also classify anemia on various types. Okay. So I already discussed about the anemia. What is anemia? Basically it is a decreased amount of hemoglobin into the blood. Okay, so in our blood the hemoglobin range is for male 13 to 17 gram per deciliter, and in female it is 12 to 15 gram per deciliter. Okay, so if the hemoglobin for male is less than 13 and for female if it is less than 12 gram per deciliter, then we can say the person is suffering from anemia, means उसमें ब्लड की कमी हो रही है. ओके, सो यहाँ पर देखते हैं कि क्या इसका क्लासिफिकेशन, हाउ वी कैन क्लासिफाई इट. Classification on the basis of mechanism. So there are three types we can classify it. The first one is decreased RBC production. Decreased RBC production, this is the first one, and the second one is blood loss, and the third one is increased blood cell dysfunction. So these are the three mechanisms. So as we know how RBC is produced, the process of RBC production is known as a erythropoiesis. Okay, so if there is something happened within the process of RBC production, or RBC production is going down, means RBC का production अगर कम हो रहा है, decrease हो रहा है, then such kind of anemia is produced due to decreased RBC production. Okay, so what are the examples of that? So in decreased RBC production, the first example is aplastic anemia, and this aplastic anemia is just because of bone marrow dysfunction. It is just because of bone marrow dysfunction. Okay, then second one is vitamin B12 deficiency. Okay, as well as iron deficiency. This also lead due to decreased RBC production. And then hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism is also one of the reason behind decreased RBC production. Okay, and then there are two kind of disease, chronic diseases, chronic kidney diseases, okay, as well as chronic inflammatory diseases. So in chronic kidney diseases, what happens? There is a decreased amount of erythropoietin hormone. Decreased amount of erythropoietin hormone. So due to decreased amount of erythropoietin, there is a decreased production of RBC. Okay, so how we can learn, हम इसको कैसे learn करेंगे वो हम देखते हैं यहाँ पर. So our trick is what? Our trick is, this is our trick, ABC high, ABC high, or we can say high ABC, or we can say high ABC. Okay, so ABCL is basically a company prepared by the अमिताभ बच्चन. अमिताभ बच्चन ने अमिताभ बच्चन कारपोरेशन लिमिटेड एक कंपनी बनाई थी, तो उसी का हम ABC ले रहे हैं, ABC, और उसे हम हाई कर रहे हैं, हाई ABC. सो यहाँ पर क्या हुआ, और वो कंपनी क्या हुआ, अमिताभ बच्चन ने बाद में बंद कर दी. तो क्यों बंद कर दी? उसका प्रोडक्शन हाउस क्या हो गया, एक तरह से आप ऐसे कहते हो डिक्रीज हो गया. तो इस तरह से आप इसको लर्न कर सकते हो. सो व्हाट डज इट मीन, क्या हर एक वर्ड का मतलब क्या है? सो H मीन्स हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म. ओके, I means iron deficiency, A means aplastic anemia, B means vitamin B12 deficiency, and C means chronic kidney diseases and as well as chronic inflammatory diseases. Okay, so by this way we can learn the examples of decreased RBC production anemia. Now moving on the second cause behind the anemia, that is what? Blood loss. Okay, so which type of blood loss may cause anemia? So there is a possibility of ulcer. In ulcer there is a chance of blood loss. Okay, and what happened? Due to accident. Okay, and then third one is trauma. There is a possibility of trauma. Okay, so these are some reason behind the internal blood loss as well as external blood loss. Okay, so यहाँ एक्सीडेंट हो सकता है, अल्सर भी एक डिजीज है, जैसे कि गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल अल्सर हो जाता है, वहाँ भी ब्लड लॉस होता है ड्यू टू इंटरनल इंजरी. ओके, और ट्रॉमा की वजह से भी क्या हो सकता है, ब्लड लॉस हो सकता है. तो ब्लड लॉस होने की वजह से भी क्या हो जाएगा, ये दो तरह का हो सकता है यहाँ पर, acute and chronic. This can be blood loss is acute and chronic. Okay, सो ये एक्वायर्ड है क्योंकि हमने एक्सटर्नली ले रहे हैं, एक्वायर्ड किया है, एक्यूट लॉस एज वेल एज क्रोनिक लॉस. अगर एक्सीडेंट होता है जल्दी ही हम हॉस्पिटल पहुंच जाते हैं तो कम लॉस हुआ है, या फिर क्रोनिक जहां पर कि बहुत ज़्यादा ब्लड लॉस हो गया है, तो इस केस में क्या होगा, इस केस में हमको क्या एज ए ट्रीटमेंट हमें ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूज करना होगा. ओके, then the third one is increased blood cell dysfunction. Third one is what? Increased blood cell dysfunction means यहाँ पर की blood जो cells हैं WBC, RBC as well as platelets, so यहाँ पर हो क्या रहा है, basically there is a hemolysis. There is what? A hemolysis. Now there are two type of hemolysis. The first one is intravascular hemolysis and second one is extravascular hemolysis. So first one is intravascular hemolysis. What it is, ये क्या है basically? Whenever there is a hemolysis मतलब जो कि RBC हैं हमारी, ओके, वो किस तरह से लाइसिस हो रहा है उनका, मतलब हीमोलाइसिस हो रहा है उनका. तो यहाँ पर in intravascular hemolysis what happen, there is a hemolysis occur within the vasculature. So within the vasculature, loss of blood within the vasculature, dysfunction of blood cell within the vasculature. So what happened, within the there is a damage of RBC, and due to damage of the RBC hemoglobin may be free. So there is availability of free hemoglobin, okay, and now this free hemoglobin further may cause some diseases. So there is a high amount of free hemoglobin, so such a high amount of free hemoglobin may cause some diseases. So what are those diseases? Hemolytic uremic disorders. Okay, this is important one, hemolytic uremic disorder. So what are those? The first one is hemoglobinemia and the second one is hyperbilirubinemia. I repeat, hemoglobinemia and hyperbilirubinemia. Okay, these are the two important hemolytic uremic disorder occur within the vascular hemolysis. And the second one is thrombocytic thrombopenic purpura. This is another disorder, as well as mechanical heart valve. Whenever heart valve is put into the heart, and that may also cause intravascular hemolysis due to some dysfunctionality. Okay, so this is about intravascular hemolysis. Then moving on, the extravascular hemolysis means what happened, hemolysis occur other than the vasculature, means it occur in the spleen, okay, in the spleen, liver and lymph node. Okay, so examiner may ask you some MCQ. What are these? Extravascular hemolysis occur in which organ? So first option is spleen, second option liver, third option lymph node, and all of these. So answer goes all of these. So what happen in extravascular hemolysis? There is again a free hemoglobin. Okay, so in this what happen? So example of this type of anemia is what? Hypersplenism. Okay, in this case what happened, there is a possibility of hypersplenism as well as sickle cell anemia is the example, and hereditary spherocytosis, and then acquired hemolytic anemia like malaria. Okay, in case of malaria there is also possibility of hemolytic anemia. Generally we know spleen is the one of the major organ which can do hemolysis with the help of macrophages. I already discussed this phase in the RBC life cycle, if you people remember. Okay, so how we can test that the person is suffering from hemolytic anemia? So there are some blood tests through which we are able to identify that the person is suffering from hemolytic anemia. So what are those blood tests? In those blood tests, we are checking the lactate dehydrogenase amount, and the second one we also checking bilirubin, and the third one we also checking the reticulocyte count. Reticulocyte count. Okay, so what happened in hemolytic anemia? What happened with these parameter? What happened with these parameter? So what happened in hemolytic anemia case? Lactate dehydrogenase amount going up, bilirubin amount goes up, as well as reticulocyte amount goes up. Okay, from the normal range, these all three parameter may change and it increase from the normal range. So we are able to identify that the person is suffering from hemolytic anemia. So whenever a person reaches to the physician and the physician prescribe him 3 tests like please go for the test of lactate dehydrogenase, bilirubin and reticulocyte count, and the amount may change, or if the report says that these amount are increased, it means the person is suffering from hemolytic anemia. Okay everyone, so examiner may ask from you people as in the form of MCQ that what are the blood parameter may change in the hemolytic anemia. So remember these 3. Okay, these 3 are important. Clear everyone? So this is all about on classification based on mechanism. Okay, we will discuss in next lecture about the various anemia like vitamin B12 deficiency anemia, aplastic anemia, okay, iron deficiency anemia, as well as sickle cell anemia, hereditary spherocytes. Okay, so here I discuss some MCQ with you guys. So give the answer of all of these questions in the comment box, as well as like the video, share the video and subscribe the channel. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.